week's episode of Ninja Slayer. Ninja Slayer does battle with the wicked Uchikawashi organization while trying to save Yukano from a group of evil red communist ninjas. They're trying to change Neo Saitama from the inside through the use of assertion, revolution, and progress. This week's episode was really different compared to a lot of the other ones because it's real similar. Basically just Ninja Slayer fights against other ninjas, he kicks off their heads, sayonara explosion, and that's pretty much it. But what I really loved about this episode is actually how sharp the writing was in this one, and how basically the Uchikawashi organization are basically just communist ninjas, and you can definitely tell that throughout all of the dialogue in this week's episode. Assertion, progress, revolution, materialism is unworkable, engage in self-criticism. It's a really funny episode, honestly, when you really look at it in that sense. But what's also strange about this episode is that it almost seems like Ninja Slayer is going back to his darker roots, because at the beginning of the episode, it seems like he's working with this organization to sort of help them out and to try and save Yukano and get her memories back. But by the end of the episode, he gets to see that these guys are really way worse than the Sokaya Syndicate, if not on the same level, and he goes back to his whole killing all ninja ways. And he actually goes up against this one ninja this week who goes by the name of Flickshot, who literally just looks like a red paintball player ninja, and he actually shoots pachinko balls from his hands. It's ridiculous and funny, but it's the type of thing that Ninja Slayer can definitely pull off. And really, that's the whole episode right there. He basically just does battle with the entire organization, throws shurikens into all of their faces, and then it all ends. We do have one Sokaya Syndicate member who does show up in this week's episode, but he's completely forgettable. He gets kicked to the wayside, and when he does make one final appearance at the end of the episode, Ninja Slayer literally kicks his head off and has it spin around before he does the classic sayonara! So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Ninja Slayer? A very simple episode just like the rest of the series, but I honestly hope that the writing is going to be as sharp as it was in this episode right here, because just after watching this one made me realize that a lot of people are missing out on what could very well be one of the most funny social commentary anime that we've had in quite some time. That and, of course, just the ridiculous over-the-top action. But that was definitely my favorite thing about this week's episode, is just the fact that he's fighting against these group of red ninja, and then little by little, you start to realize that they're basically a communist ninja organization. And it's surprisingly funny as well. This episode also had a very dark moment towards the end, where Ninja Slayer dispatches a Flickshot in a way that we've never seen before. Typically, he just like uses a big special attack and then they explode and say sayonara. But this guy, he literally decided to choke out and just completely destroy his throat, and you can literally see his soul, like, leaving his body. It's either meant to be funny or it's either meant to be pretty dark. All I know is it's sort of a nice combination of those two, and it's sort of like Ninja Slayer has found himself again in this episode, but at the same time, he's also just made another massive enemy. Not only does he have to worry about the Sokaya Syndicate trying to assassinate him, but now he's just pissed off a group of red communist ninja, so he's going to be getting it from all sides. It's only a matter of time before he's going to have to start reluctantly teaming up with characters like Yamamoto or Koki Yamamoto or characters like that. Otherwise, that was pretty much all I have to say about this week's episode. Really sharp writing, very funny animation, lots of ridiculous funny moments this week, but honestly, I think, like I said, the best thing was just the writing this week, and I really hope they're able to continue at in this series. So, I'm going to give this week's episode right here a 3 out of 5. Just an average fun episode, but it was definitely saved by its very sharp commentary, which I thought was really well done. So check it out, Ninja Slayer fans. It was pretty fun. You guys heard my thoughts about this week's episode, but I want to hear from you. Did you watch this week's episode of Ninja Slayer? What did you think about his battle with Flickshot, the pachinko-throwing ninja? And what do you hope to see from the rest of the Ninja Slayer anime series? Please tell me in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching my review. Make sure to like it, share it with all of your friends, and make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow us on social media. You guys should also check out our weekly podcast show, The Powerful Nerdcast. You can, of course, find that on our YouTube channel, and you can also find us on iTunes. You can actually download the show for free and take us with you wherever you go. We'd also really appreciate it if you guys could give us a good rating on iTunes, and maybe if you have the time, you could write out just a short little 1 to 2 sentence review just telling us what you like about the show. But, as always, the best way to support our channel is to leave us your comments, share these videos with your friends, and to subscribe to the channel. So thank you guys again for watching, and as always, sayonara!